Who else is joining us tonight? Do we know?
We should have a couple more people, but I say let's get started in about 2 or 3 minutes, just out of respect for everybody's time. So what is your feeling about Web Talk after sitting down with these guys?
I'm very excited about my trip there because it kind of reignited my passion for Web Talk and the possibilities of building the team and the type of income you can get from the point system. So like the sharing and, they basically gamified it to where the sharing and the liking and the comments equals points and points equals dollars. So if you are creating content with a value that people are resonating with, you can really win this game. And so as a content creator, I'm super excited about that because that's what I do is create content for me and for my clients.
So we should be trying to find content creators right now, right?
Yes, but also businesses. I mean, businesses need listings. Businesses go look and list themselves, or they pay for citation services to get themselves listed in business directories all over the internet. So if you just present this as another business directory that they can be listed in for free and it links back to their website or their offer or their product, then it's like a no-brainer, right? Then out of those people that are looking for additional revenue, then they might or be willing to pay for the pro tools. And so for the pro tools you're getting like a whole suite of SaaS tools for $200 a year, and I come from the corporate marketing environment, and they pay thousands of dollars for this type of functionality as far as CRMs and audience engagement goes.
Hey, Linda, would you put yourself on mute? Put yourself on mute.
Oh.
Right. Yeah.
I got
her. Welcome, Linda. So is there anything we can put together to kind of...
I got something. So basically, the question that we asked at the commercial was, what was a problem that Web Talk solved for you? And so for me, it was about being able to segment my audience and communicate with that audience easily. Also, the second part was to be able to syndicate my content using one platform. So if I publish my content on WebTalk, I can, with a click of a button, just syndicate that to the other platforms. So it's a time saver. We're all super busy during the day. So making that content syndication easy was a huge pain point relief for me.
Did you find out if they're coming close to Instagram, TikTok, and what's that new conservative?
I mean, that's on the roadmap, but what I found out was that they are waiting on their next round of funding to finish the app. So I'm not sure when that'll be, but I'm actually glad that it's a stall because it's a chance for me personally to do more outreach to the people that I know and say, look, get in on this. This is a good thing. And like, it's free. There's no risk. And if you actually are looking for extra revenue, that there's an opportunity here. And it's like the buy-in is super low.
How can we put that together in a very nice, concise message? Robert and
I kind of just did. So like, how about you? You tell me what your pain points are. I think that, maybe the next Monday, everybody should come to this meeting with their answer. What has Web Talk solved for them?
Okay.
What's your elevator pitch? What is your 1 minute sales pitch for the thing, and go out there and start doing it.
All
Hey,
right. Want to do
hey,
that?
team. There's something I think I brought it up before. Is the most effective way to reach out to people. Now, from the from my experience and what I'm doing now, it's usually a one-on-one, and I don't do any massive emails. I don't do massive texts. Uh, what has been working is just like building up rapport, because people are out there looking. I mean, let's face it. It's just like I said before. Multiple streams of income is no longer luxury; it's a necessity. And Webtalk's going to take people in that direction. But somehow, people, you got to, you know, people could be skeptical. So we have to bring their guards down. And I think that's what Bob was kind of talking about. You know, having a good script or a good, that's a good. I took some notes on some things you just said, Brenda. So I don't know. I just kind of want to open up the dialogue here. What are people saying? Mari has some great things in our G drive that we can borrow from, but everything's a little bit different, right? You got cold market, warm market. You got to build up the cold market. How are people treating it? Because I'm in the financial services, right? So I kind of marinate the whole thing and get people to kind of come on board and check things out. So Web Talk, how do we want to be effective?
Okay, you got to get to your why. Why would people want to do it? And I mean, the business is the most logical for me.
I think the biggest point is that if you're gonna go do it anyway, why not get paid for it? That's
Yeah.
what I always say to people. I say, listen, you talk to your family. You're gonna talk to your family. A lot of there are the influencers that like what you do, Brenda. That's your job. That's what you do, though. So you do it but the average person, I mean, for everybody, because you want to get the pearl, an influencer, but it's not like it's going to be the first oyster you open. So if you go out there and you just talk to people like they talk to usually people that go on the internet are usually talking to about the same people. So they're going to talk to those people anyway. Why not talk to those people, and those people make money too? That's what I say to them. I just think it's like, and then you can make money doing it, and that's the best thing. That's why I think my percentages are higher on getting people to pro.
Yeah.
Because that's my thing. I said, I've been in so many of these things. I'm done with playing. I want to know who really. Listen, it's blatant. You can make money doing what you do anyway. If you knew that every time you went shopping at a Weiss store, that every time you went to a Weiss store, because you go to Weiss store and you own a piece of the action, that everything you buy, you get a 10% discount. Why would you go anywhere else?
Right.
I mean, if you're going to be on the internet, which everybody is, I mean, almost everybody. I mean, I'm older and I'm on the internet. It's not like brain surgery. And the way I see Webtalk, the way they're setting it up, it's a lot easier, because then you don't have to worry, like, if I do that, who sees this? And if you do that, what's this mean? What's that? That's one thing I like, because I'm not, this stuff is like monstrous to me.
So Wayne, what I'm saying, so let's just go, like, before you get to that point then you do kind of like a one-on-one. You don't do massive emails.
Listen,
you don't do massive texts.
You must be in contact with 5 people a day.
Okay.
That's
pretty much a one-on-one. That's doable.
We used to call it the 3-foot rule. Anybody that comes within 3 foot of you, you contact. That's what we used to call it. But if you don't even have to do that, because you're in contact with so many people, and then all you guys, especially not me, but all you guys have all these names that are already on the internet. So all you gotta do is go over to them and go, hey, listen, why don't you go? And I would choose them. I think, Robert, you're right on this. I wouldn't send out to every one of my contacts, do this, because then it's a red flag.
Yeah,
and everybody goes,
not good.
okay, what's he doing? He's doing something else. Leave him alone. You take the groups, the people that you usually talk to, and you just invite them and say, listen, if you're going to do it anyway, and you're going to make money, and then on top of it, there's a possibility that you can actually make it a business where you can retire from, because look what Facebook has done. Now they're destroying what they're doing because they're idiots, but that's beside the point. But here's a couple of veterans, and I always put that in, a couple of Americans, a couple of veterans that started this thing, and they got a really good idea about it, and we get paid to do it.
Yeah, and I
you
like the
give
idea that they're taking half of the ad revenue and sharing it with the users as the incentive.
And
I think that's a brilliant step.
And Brenda, that's the icing on the cake. It's like we don't even know what we're going to make. Realistically, we don't even know what we're going to make. But it's like sifting the gold out in San Francisco, in California, back in the gold, and they found a little bit of crumbs. Oh, it's only a little bit of crumbs. Forget this. Let's go to another river. That's nuts? Who would do that? If you found a little bit of gold, which I found in, 9 days? I don't even know what it was. I mean, I made my money back. I'm going, oh, this is going to be hard. Now I got 52 weeks. I got 50 weeks to go to make money. I mean, you understand what I'm saying? And if it's that easy, especially for you guys, especially for like Jack, you're young, all you guys, you're on this stuff. I mean, you should be blowing this thing wide open. I mean, because all you're doing is saying, hey, listen, Bob, my friend, my girlfriend, my boy, hey, listen, we do this anyway. Let's all make money. It's called a co-op. We used to do it a long time ago. Networking is the most important thing, and you got it in your hands, and you already got the seeds. All you got to do is water them. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
And Brenda, you're already ahead of the game because you already established the networks. You know what I mean? And that's what we got to do. We got to find somebody like you. And they're all around. We just don't know them because you're not asking.
Right. So one thing that he mentioned, he showed me his QR code credit card that he's going to have made. But just so you know, you can get a QR code generator online. Or if you need help with that, reach out to me and I can do that for you.
What is that?
The QR code is just like a little graphic that you can show somebody. And if they have a modern phone, they can scan it and it'll pull up your URL. And so that would be your profile. And so they can then just join.
Oh, you mean like that little square thing with the...
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So just make sharing it really quick. Like Deanne had a success story on that.
Yes.
Tell us about your success story, Deanne.
Okay, so Brenda made me a QR code because I told her that I wanted to get the little card that RJ's going to sell for $50. So Brenda made me one for really cheap. And
less than 50.
I was talking to a young man and I said, oh, do you know about QR codes? And of course he knew all about it. I said, well, I've got a brand new one that my sister just made for me. I was like, will you test it and see if it'll work? So he did it. And then I said, would you join? And then he just joined and it was awesome.
And what's his name?
His name is Eric. So.
Cool. So where do you keep this QR code? Is it
in your photos?
It's a picture and it's in my photos.
Oh, okay. So you leave it
in my gallery.
So it's like it's almost like a business card. You give it to somebody and it's your business card to get to your Webtalk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it goes to my page.
You can do that, Brenda?
Yes.
Okay. That's cool. That's interesting.
I have Jack, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'm putting you on the spot. Like, could you give us feedback on, like, do you understand what we're talking about at all? And what would be your reason why you would not want to do it?
Yeah, I'm coming in blind a little bit. I haven't done any research on what Webtalk is, but I think I kind of have an idea. The only thing that I kind of hear that would scare people away potentially is avoiding it from sounding like a pyramid scheme almost. Because that's it, I don't think it is a pyramid scheme, but that's almost how it comes off when you're like, oh, I'm gonna make money, and then if you get a few more people, then you're gonna make money. That's the only thing that I don't know, would try to
Yeah.
avoid it sounding that way, because that's definitely, I don't know, it sounds almost too good to be true. Maybe it is. I don't know. I haven't done any research on it, but
We've never
yeah,
heard.
like what details should I know to to get me
Oh,
more?
that's great. I love that feedback. Thank you so much for that honesty, because that is like everybody's first go-to. And so when I hear that, what I say is like, I ask if they understand how a magazine works.
Okay.
Do you know how a magazine makes money?
No, I don't honestly.
Okay. So yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, not everybody does. That's why I ask as an analogy. So like a magazine works where they have they have writers, they have photographers, they have an editor, and they got to print the thing if it's a printed magazine, and they sell ads. And the ad money pays all of those people and the printer, and then the leftover is the profit. So that's how the magazine business has worked from the first printing press. And so the brilliance of social media was that they didn't have to pay writers and photographers and editors. They just had to pay programmers to make the publishing application, which is called Facebook or MySpace or LinkedIn, or it's really just like a search engine with profiles, right? So like the people participating in the platform create the content and they sell ads. So the more people that are on the platform, the more they can sell their ads for. So like, a small town magazine, an ad's like $25 for 4 weeks.
So what's the main content that's being pushed on this? Just videos and pictures, just like everything else right now?
Yeah.
Oh, the Webtalk is just like Facebook and LinkedIn had a baby.
Okay. That's
So
smart.
it does everything and better.
Sounds like a good idea.
It has more control.
Right.
You can put videos. We could have had this Zoom meeting on Webtalk live.
Yeah.
People put photos. It's just like they do it just like Facebook.
So is the goal to be like the next big, like the next?
Yeah, it's like I think it's going to be the
like
next thing. I think this one has legs. I mean, there's different ones out there. I think this one has legs because it's got like all of the business features like LinkedIn, and then it's got like the fun stuff like Facebook or just like image sharing and stuff like that. But
got it.
I don't know if you've heard of a thing called Linktree, but people are paying $10 a month to have this landing page of all of their social media links. So like, if they're on Instagram, they have a Linktree, and you can go get all of their links to their other social media and to their other projects. Well, they're paying $10 a month for that. So I just say, don't pay for Linktree. Webtalk is free.
And you can do all that. Okay.
But anyway, however, if you do want to be the money making part of it, like you can just be a free member and post good content. Like you could post your photos and music, and if it's popular, then you'll get points, and the points equals dollars. You don't have to spend anything. But
But
since it is a point game, you can, if you use the pro tools, so there's like a $100 level and a $200 level. Either way, if you go pro, then that gives you 5 layers of points. So like that's where
yeah.
your friend invites your friend, invites your friend, invites your friend, 5 deep. So just gives
You know,
you more points.
Andy just wants to explain to Jack about the pyramid scheme. So Andy, if you want to unmute yourself, go for it.
Sure, sure. So I'm just listening in. Can you guys hear me?
Hey, Andy.
Yeah. Hi,
Hey,
Andy.
how you guys doing?
Introduce yourself, because Andy's one of my favorite people I've met on here. No offense to everybody else.
Yeah, don't say that. I would turn on the video, but I'm actually in my kid's room right now, so I don't know if you want to see all that. But my Andy Smith. I've been doing stuff with Webtalk since around 2017, 2018. And I think what is always interesting is when people do first hear about it, that's kind of the thought process, Jack, is that they go, well, this just sounds like a scam. This sounds like a pyramid scheme. And quite honestly, my response is, if you aren't the CEO of the job that you work at, you're in a pyramid scheme right now.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
and that is and ultimately, I want to be the CEO of my pyramid scheme. You know what I'm saying? So I don't consider this a pyramid scheme, because one, you don't have to pay a dime and you will start making money.
Got it.
And
There's no
if you
reason.
want to upgrade, think about this. When the pandemic started, there was about 40 million people using Zoom. In about a month, it went to 140 million. And all those people upgraded. They all paid $150 and they said, I need the full upgrade for Zoom. I need to be, in contact with everybody. I need the time. I need all this. And that company did not give them any money in return. They took it all. So is that a pyramid scheme? We're in a pyramid scheme right now because we're in a Zoom.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, go ahead.
So when what Webtalk is saying is, look, you can join for free if you tell someone about it and they join. So when I was on Facebook, or when I was on Twitter, or when I was on Instagram, I told someone to join or follow me. Everybody has done that. Now, Webtalk says, hey, if you want to go out and tell people, hey, you should be part of Webtalk, and you want to join and use my link, and I don't pay any money, you're going to make money from your content and what you do in Webtalk, and then you're going to get matching points of whoever else. But still, nobody has paid any money. No one has to pay money to be successful in this platform. And that's the thing that people get kind of hung up on, is when they hear, oh, well, there's 5 levels. Well, there isn't, unless you upgrade. And you're the first million to do that. So you don't have to upgrade in any social media, but most people have upgraded in LinkedIn. Most people have upgraded in Facebook. Most people have upgraded. I mean, there's upgrades in all these different social media sites so that you can advertise, so that you can monetize, you can do all these things. All of them are upgraded. The problem is all the social media says, we're not paying you anything. Now, if you get 1 million followers and you have X amount of hours, well, then maybe we'll start paying you. But Webtalk says, if you make one post and one person responds to it, you will start making money in Webtalk. Now, when you look at the upgrade and the value of it, I don't know if anybody wants to show him at some point, like a screen, the screen share of the 5 levels. But what's crazy about this is when you start thinking about how many people are involved in social media. And so if 10 people that you know started following you in Webtalk, I can guarantee you that they will find 10 more people. Because when you start seeing that dashboard show you that you're making points, which are turning into revenue, no other social media site does that, unless you have tons of followers.
Right.
Hey, Andy,
Yeah.
Andy, I hate to put you on the spot.
Oh, put me on the spot. Let's see it. Let's see what we got.
You know what I've really been yearning for is, Alfonso does a wonderful job of his presentation.
Mhm.
How'd you like to do a nice 10-minute presentation for us that we can share with people? Because you seem to have a good voice. You make things easy to understand. And I think that would really, really help. I've asked RJ that we need this desperately because a couple of times, I'm not going to ask anymore, but in every affiliate marketing program I've been involved with, there's always a short video just explaining the vision, the potential, and the money.
Right.
Would you
Right.
want to do that for us?
Yeah, I can. I mean, here's the thing is, if you were to go to, my news feed or Tim's news feed, you would see that we do videos and we talk to people all the time. Now, I get what you're asking for. You're saying, hey, can you do a short little video, to explain? What I would do is, and I'm perfectly willing to do it, to set up a time where we could do a Zoom, record it, have people ask the questions. I could talk about it, kind of quick overview of what it's about and everything, and then have people that want to ask real questions. What are the real questions that you have?
Well,
And we can show you that.
if I had a wish list, my number one wish list would be 10 to 12 minute overview.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I need.
Okay.
Because, I can answer most of the questions people are going to ask. When it's a
Right.
platform question, I got Brenda Cato there. Right, Brenda? But I think that would be a wonderful thing if we can maybe, since you have a good relationship with Brenda, maybe we could talk about doing something like that. Would you be up for it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's not a problem. Brenda, if people need help, I'm here to help. I think that this is another thing that I think that Jack, because you're new, and I heard you say, hey, I'm new. So when I hear that someone's new, I want you to tonight sit up in bed and go, holy cow, this is pretty cool. This is something big. Because if I would have been told in whenever Facebook started that if all I needed to do was upgrade for $200 and I would make half of Facebook's money right now, Facebook is making $6 billion a month. So 50% of that goes to the users. I don't care if I have 50,000 people and they only make 5 cents a month. That's a lot of people, and that's a lot of money. And 50,000 is tiny. Because if you think of all the people that are involved in Facebook right now, which is about 2 billion, we're at like 6 million people. We're at nothing right now. So everything has to be underneath us. Now, does someone even have to be signed up underneath you, Jack? Not even close. If someone interacts with you, you earn revenue for that. You get points for that. So you don't even have to ask anybody to be part of Webtalk. Once again, is that a pyramid scheme? A pyramid scheme says I need to pay something every month and I need to recruit. I need to get people. I need to tell people. And if I don't do that, then I'm going to lose. Or, if you don't get 20 people or, $100 this month, well, then you're out of it. Well, no, you're not. You could join Webtalk today and never invite anybody else and you could still make money. And that's the beauty of it. Is everything that you do in social media from Instagram to LinkedIn is all going to be in Webtalk. Amazon, everything, marketplace, all this stuff. I mean, it is going to be incredible where this goes. Because the second, like a new person like you, once you get it and you understand the value of what, and what I would say is go find out how much each social media site makes, and then take half of that and say, I can get some of that every month. And that's when it's gonna wake you up and you're gonna go, holy cow, I need to start telling people.
Yeah,
And that's the beauty of it. That's what I love about Webtalk. Webtalk is for every single person.
Andy,
You know, yeah.
so I don't know if you can see my screen or you heard
Yeah.
that I got to go make the commercial.
Yeah,
with,
I sent you a text because I saw your little page. I'm like, look at you getting in the with the big dogs. That's awesome.
I know, it was so cool. I went down there to Orlando and I got to
Cool.
meet RJ and I got to meet Roberto and Alfonso. And Alfonso is killing it. So
Yeah, that
it's
is really cool. I mean, see, this is another thing that's just so exciting. How many people got to hang out with Zuckerberg this last week? I don't think anybody of
I
the
don't want to
visitors.
hang out with robots.
Right. So you get to hang out with the CEO of WebTalk. That is, I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it really
And
is.
he talked about how he wanted to create this opportunity for solopreneurs and small business people to be able to benefit from doing this type of networking and online activity that they have to do anyways.
Yeah. Yep.
So, and then, you're working with people all over the globe to where the money that they make off of this is like super impactful because their cost of living is different.
Yep. Yeah, I'll give you an example, and this is for everybody. This is something that should excite people. Is I'm a teacher, and my goal is to create a way for teachers to get paid what they really should get paid. And by that I mean everybody around the world knows that teachers don't get paid enough for what they do. And so, great example. We had a teacher from Kazakhstan. Kurdistan. He joined WebTalk. He does not have a laptop. He has a little tiny smartphone. He has put in tons of work. What happened is someone that he gave his link to decided to upgrade. So when they upgraded and they paid their 200, he got his 5 levels as well. And that's something you need to hear, Jack, is that you don't even have to pay to get 5 levels. If you find someone that uses your link and they pay $200, you get that 5 levels automatically. You don't get all the amenities of the upgrade, but you get the 5 levels. So he got the 5 levels, and a person who is making around $300 a month as a teacher now is making around $100 to $200 a month off of WebTalk, and he still hasn't paid for a pro package yet. Because what he's doing is taking that money that he's earning and buying pro packages for other people. And when I look at that and I say, okay, right now, beta before an app, I can have a teacher making almost their salary per month because of the help that we can give to them. That's exciting. Because the goal is for anybody, and this is for anybody, like think of anybody that you work with, but for teachers, for me to have a teacher get on and say, hey, I want to make $3,000 a month. Okay, well, this is how many posts you're going to have to do per day. This is how many likes you're going to have to get. You can earn that salary if you want. And that's kind of the goal, is to just help people, and especially around the world, help people understand that this is a very powerful platform. It is right now, the revenue is $10,000 a month right now.
Yeah, and I was talking to, I don't know if you can see my screen right now and see Roberto and his brother there, but his brother was talking about how he got to take a motorcycle and a backpack and tour around taking photographs of South America. And that when he was out of between college or taking a break or something, it took like a year off or something. And he was talking about how he wants to do that again, and so he's dedicated to Webtalk because, once his network is built up, it's like he has his sponsorship from his audience, and then he'll be able to afford to travel, which is something that I want to do.
Well, and that's what's awesome is we already have the IEG travel group. We have probably around, I would say, anywhere between like 200 and 300 members. We are working on, interacting with each other, seeing posts, hashtagging posts so people start seeing it, commenting, and then leaving a link to our post so that people can go and comment on that. And what we're going to do is basically what he's saying. He wants to go travel, but you can generate revenue by making posts of your travel. You can make revenue. Yeah, I mean, think about this. People like and comment on pictures of cake.
Yeah.
Right? So when you go eat a meal, instead of taking that goofy little picture and putting it on Instagram and everybody hits like, and you feel happy that everybody likes your piece of cake, all those likes and comments turn into revenue and you pay for that cake. And now you're going to travel for free.
Yep.
So kind
That's
of
my dream.
So like the idea is, so it's like a Facebook, LinkedIn hybrid for the creators that wants to support the creators rather than just
exploit.
Yeah. Well,
money.
and that's the thing is everything that you're doing right now, when people take a picture on Instagram, Webtalk's going to have a 20 picture kind of profile thing. Probably don't. They're going to have a 20 picture thing. So there's your Instagram. People are going to be connecting with businesses. There's your LinkedIn. People are going to be liking and commenting. There's your Instagram and your Twitter and all that. All these things that you do already, you're supporting major corporations that are making billions of dollars a month. If you want to keep doing that, great. But why wouldn't you want to be the person that gets a couple bucks from that? And as it grows and grows and grows, why wouldn't you want $100,000 or $100 or $2,000 or $500? It's up to you.
Right.
Yeah.
And
then
it's incredible.
I agree. So I had mentioned earlier, I don't know if you heard this part, but I had mentioned earlier about the original magazine business structure and how the magazine sells ads. So it's going back to that original structure where the magazine ads supported the writers, that's a creative, the photographer, that's a creative, the the editors, that supported a whole staff of creators. And so this platform is going back to that, where the creators are getting paid for their content. So it's on you to create relative, valuable content for your audience. But if you do that, then you get the reward for it.
Yeah, and that's what's really cool with that same kind of scenario of a magazine. When you go buy a magazine off the rack and they charge you, $1 or whatever for it, that's really not paying for the magazine. It's all those advertisements inside of it. So what we do is we go and we talk to, let's say, a hotel, and we say, hey, we've got 500 people, 300 people, whatever, in our travel group. We want to advertise your hotel, do a little video, advertise your hotel in our group every time we do, like, let's say we do a live event in Webtalk. We're gonna show a video of your hotel, and then we're gonna tell everybody, go follow that hotel. And every time that hotel makes a post, you're gonna comment on it. Now, see, what happens is, as this grows, more and more people are gonna comment on that particular hotel. Well, if there's 500 people in my travel group, are all of us going to go to that hotel at once? Probably not, but maybe 2 or 3 of us will. So we walk in and we say, hey, I've seen your hotel on the IEG travel group. They and myself support you with comments and emojis. What kind of deal can we have? And they're going to say, well, since I made $500 today on one post, you know what, guys? Why don't you spend the night for free? And then I'm going to go into that hotel and I'm going to take a bunch of pictures of it. I'm going to post it that night. and I'm going to go have dinner. I'm going to post that picture. And then I'm going to go sit at the pool. I'm going to post that picture. And in the time that I spend there, I'm going to generate revenue for that hotel. So ultimately, I'm paying for the hotel and I haven't taken any money out of my pocket. It's the
Right.
same
So what
idea
you're
with
describing is like
advertising.
an influencer idea.
Yeah.
That's how influencers get perks and bonuses.
Yep. And if you look at influencers in TikTok, some people can make 20 grand per post just by shaking it. Well, why not generate that kind of revenue in a program where you're going to get that all, like you are going to get that, the people that are in your 5 levels are going to get that, whether it's in your 1 level, someone's going to be able to generate revenue and they don't have to be a massive influencer. A group of 200, 300 people can generate all kinds of revenue amongst themselves.
Hey, Andy, where are you on Webtalk? What's your name on Webtalk?
It should be Andrew Smith, I believe. And yeah, guys, if you want, like, for sure, connect with me on there and ask questions. We do a lot of live events in Webtalk, explaining to people how to use it and stuff. So Bob, I am perfectly willing to do, a recorded session with you, no problem.
It doesn't have to be with me, but
Well, I mean, if you have questions, that's fine. But yeah, we can do that.
no,
Let's see.
I'm on your page right now.
Okay.
Are you out of Atlanta, Georgia?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're travel enthusiast, right?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, because I think that would be a big help for a lot of people. Robert,
Yeah,
do you think that would be a big help? Robert?
Yeah, it would. It definitely would be.
Yeah, that is not a problem.
because the way it is, you guys, as we share our experiences going to Webtalk, and we're catching at the at the bottom of the wave, right? And we
Right.
know where it's going to lead us.
Yep.
And every time we share, what I learn from everybody is the different experience of talk, right? We all have something to share as we're going through Webtalk. And I'm learning a lot tonight, and especially you with Andy. I really appreciate what you're resonating, bringing value and influence to this, right? So we learn a little bit from each other, and I'm telling you guys, I'm taking notes, because even if it's a dotted T, I'm taking notes because
I'm gonna give you a note, Robert, that you should do, that you should figure out. Brenda knows how to do this. She can show you. These particular Zoom meetings that you're on right now should be Webtalk live events. It is very simple to do. You run the Zoom through your YouTube channel. You copy the link. You paste that link into Webtalk, and then every single person on here, they do not share your post. They copy the YouTube link, write their own post on their news feed, and post it publicly or with the spotlight. And every single one of you will generate revenue because people are going to comment and respond on your live video.
Wow.
Every one of these meetings that you guys are doing right now are educational meetings. They're going to help someone. Like you just said, someone could watch this and get information from it and learn more about Webtalk. And then when they say, oh, thank you for that, now they're paying you back. Is it a lot right now? No, it's not. And that's not the point. Like, people get upset because they're like, oh, well, the pie slices keep getting less and less, value. Well, you should be thrilled about that, because that means more and more people are using this platform and understanding its value. The money's going to come. You show me a social media site that isn't going to blow up when they give you half of the revenue. If you went into your job and said, hey, since I've been working here for the last 10 years, I think it's about time for me to start gaining a little bit more revenue. So every month, whatever this company makes, I should have the opportunity to get up to 50% of it. You think your boss is going to tell you yes? Never. If you look at the 5 levels and you're making 2 pennies on that first level, but on level number 5, you're making $3. That's a pretty impressive jump of revenue that you're making. If you went to your boss and said, hey, I'm making 2 pennies today, but I want $3 increase in pay, you think they're going to do that? No, they're not. This is saying, do what you want to do. Do whatever you like to do, because you are the beginning of a massive change in social media.
Yeah, that's well said, Andy. That's true. Yeah, and Andy, I think we're all anticipating that. I think we are we're buying into that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just maybe a lot of us we want to be so effective quickly, right? We want to be able to grow in this quickly, right?
Right.
And
right.
sometimes it just takes because what you say, can make all the difference,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes there'll always be objections, right? I think
Right.
Jack, that was kind of good little challenge thing we went through, where Jack kind of the first thing he thought of, well, these are the things we got to share in the team,
Right.
and that's how we win,
Right.
so that it kind of breaks down those barriers, or if you want to call it that. But
Right.
here's the whole thing, you guys. A lot of people out there have these objections built into them because they've
Mm-hmm.
never had a chance to do anything for themselves to begin with.
Yep.
And here we are leading from the front because we've been in, a lot of us have, if you want to call it network marketing experience, we already know what we have in us to show to other people. Now we got the platform. Now we have a vehicle, right?
Yeah, and Robert, you said it. Most people have been in some sort of affiliate marketing. A lot of people have done Forex. A lot of people have done crypto, and we've seen it all over the place. Oh, crypto that, crypto this. Show me an ROI where I can put in $200 a year and have the opportunity to make 5 levels of income. There is no crypto that's going to give you that much return. Because what I tell people, and I believe this, if you can explain Webtalk really well to one person, and that's why I wanted to talk to Jack, because I'm telling you right now, whoever signed up Jack, or whoever has given him his link, their link, if you can explain to Jack
That would be me.
so well, that'd be you. If you can explain it so well to him that he realizes the power of it, I tell people this, and I truly believe this. If you get one person, at some point, that's 1,000 people at least, if you're a 5-level person. Because there is no way that he's going to know all the information and not tell anybody.
Andy, I'll be very honest with myself, with everybody. I'm approaching 800 people, and I still don't know the best way to share this thing.
Exactly. You know what the best way it is to share it? Is to show someone your dashboard and say, have you made this much money in Facebook in the last 15 years? And they're like, well, it's 50 cents. And you go, yeah, you've been in Facebook for 15, 20 years and you haven't made 50 cents.
Right.
And then you come back and you show them again in another couple months. And the thing is people aren't going to believe until they see it. But when they start seeing that dashboard, and I had someone get on and they said, I made 2 cents just for signing up. That's crazy. And I said, yeah. And they said, how do I make more? I said, it's very simple. You just start showing. Show people the value of it. You don't have to know everything about Webtalk for people to understand value.
Yeah.
Well, Andy, if we can get together with you.
Yep. Let's look at let's look
Can
at
you guys
next
see
week.
my screen?
Yeah, we do, Brenda.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to follow up with you, Andy. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Well,
I think that's great.
if you see my screen, then
Yeah.
you can see that I put the live, our meeting is now being pushed through YouTube Live onto my news feed.
Mm-hmm. So when you hit play, hit that play button, and turn down the volume of your computer, because then it'll get all crazy. But if you hit play, Now this becomes a live event. We're on here, and if someone's watching right now on Newsfeed, they're going to see this as a live event. It
Can you
might
see
be a little
that?
bit of a lag, but they're seeing a live event. Now, what every single one of you guys who's on Webtalk right now, you should go to Brenda's. You should copy that link, that YouTube link, go to your Newsfeed, post it, make some sort of post, and either share it publicly or share it with a spotlight, and watch how much people will share and comment on your post because it's a live event. People don't know, people don't do this in Webtalk. It blows my mind that they don't know how. It's so simple. And all
Isn't
of your
that
meetings,
wild?
yeah, all of your meetings should be right here. Because everybody's waiting for the app to do this, the app to do that. Circumvent it.
Yeah. I mean, you can do a lot right now. You don't have to have the app.
Yep. Any other questions?
Nope. Andy, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
No problem. Yeah, like I said, guys, if Brenda knows. If she's asked before, hey, can you come and talk to my group or whatever? She knows I do that. I do that willingly. I love helping people, and this is a huge opportunity for people. And even if you only make $500 a month, that changes a person's life. But think
You're
about
right.
if you could change 20 or 30 people in your downline and they all make $500. Well, guess what? So are you. And then all of a sudden your 500 turns into thousands. It's not that hard. It really isn't. I always look at it as one person at a time. If you
All
can
right,
extend it
guys.
to one person, then
I
do
think
it.
we got a wrap.
Cool. All right, guys. Have a
Thank
wonderful
you,
night.
Andy.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank
Good
you,
night.
Andy,
Yeah,
so
thank you,
much.
Andy.
That was awesome.
Okay, good night.
Thanks.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Like,
Thanks, Brenda.
Bye.
Bye. See you, Deanne.
bye.